All right, welcome back, everybody, to this slightly late edition of Kureon. We had a couple of things that made us late, but we're here now. It's fine. But before we begin, I was going to say happy birthday to the one-armed bandit herself.
Wave at the people, Susie. Wave at them.
That's a new Wu-Tang Clan name.
It is. One-armed bandit.
Come on, round of applause. Hip hip hooray.
Yay, happy birthday, Susie. Susie is 20. I'm not going to say how old you are today.
She's 20. That's it.
20, yeah, 20.
Yeah, 20-something. 20-something. You're 20-something years old. And she has, of course, for everyone who does not know, broken her elbow picking a fight with some ice.
Yeah.
So,
Specifically for the occasion.
Yeah.
yeah.
But afterwards, she's like coming from that. She's now a more grounded human being after hitting the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be a long night.
It is.
Why does the Lord test
It's a
us like
slippery.
this?
It's a
the
slippery
fifth pun.
slope from here.
It's okay.
Jerry!
Because when you hit the ground, you're already icing the wound.
It's all right. You get knocked down, but you get up again.
All right, that's that.
Oh
So that's been
my God,
streamed
so-
thanks for hanging out, guys.
All right, we'll see you guys in the year.
I'm fucking quitting. I'm done. I'm out.
But this is karma for when we were taking the mick out of that one-armed guy in Talavia.
Yeah,
You
it
are now
is.
him.
Yeah.
Shit.
Anyway, moving swiftly on from that whole mess. In our last session, in our last chapter of Kureon, the party were finally made their way out of the Barrelwash calderas, the mountain range that stood up against the Pale Player Muck. And after trudging through the muck, they came across Shalmos, the old town built in the swamp, the sister town to Halfgate so long ago that had sunken into the swamp. However, it was not known as Shalmos anymore, for it had been taken over by a tribe of bullywugs and their king, Lord Thwop. The town, now renamed Shiny Hill, was yes.
Yeah, for a second it switched to a different microphone and then switched back. By the sounds of things, anyway.
That's very strange, but anyway. The town of Shiny Hill was under the domain of Lord Thwop and his loyal knights of the Swampy Rose. You were escorted to the throne of Lord Thwop, where you made a trade with some odds and ends for the ever-shiny sword, which so happened to be the ornamental heirloom of Maximilian Valderheim that you had been searching for all this time. After making the trade and leaving slightly quizzical, you made your way back to the town, giving the sword back to Maximilian, swindling him out of a bit more money than he had actually promised, because I didn't write it down, and went to bed. So, we begin now in the morning. The sun has risen high in the midsummer sky once again, but you do not wake in a swamp this time. You do not wake at the top of a mountain. You awake in a warm, comfortable bed, white linens, a room, the gentle smell of food coming from downstairs, and the quiet conversation between a couple of patrons in the bar below. It's about 7 a.m.
Which bar did we stay in? Because, I mean, the last... we were not exactly welcomed back with open arms.
You stayed in the one that you stayed at.
Okay. Wasn't sure if
Golden
they wanted
Fox.
us still.
They were wary. Just so long as you didn't eat anything.
What's it planning on?
Or anyone, mostly. Mostly anyone.
Oh, cool.
So, as you all awake and get yourselves to your feet, what would you like to do?
Well, we should probably talk about our next move
Mhm.
and what that is.
Well, there is still that creature.
I forgot about that.
I want to
Mhm.
kill it. Not gonna lie, guys. I want to straight up go march into that swamp and kick that thing's ass. Think about it, Tristan. Think about the stories we've got for that. We
Yeah,
march in
so-
as heroes, slay a giant beast, and
Mhm.
rescue the land.
I know, right? So basically, what we're saying is, you guys go in. I'll hang back. I'll write it all, and in case you die, I'll tell the tale.
I mean, I won't want you to break a nail or anything, smudge your eyeliner.
Will be a toenail in his case.
I don't wear eyeliner, and screw you all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure we established that you did wear eyeliner.
I'm
Yeah,
very
you-
sure we did.
So much of it.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Yeah, it's just all up in there.
This
It
is
was
just
just-
natural.
Yeah, what you smudged was dirt from the swamp that accidentally got right here.
Uh-huh.
That
mhm.
accidentally was perfectly winged.
Mm.
Mhm. Oh, he's got the double tip wing.
That just means he missed once.
It's too real.
Screw you all.
In tight, bro. No.
Yeah, I think that I don't think we'd be too hard pushed to get back out there towards where we know that it is or where its home is, and I don't imagine it will be very difficult to find considering it's territorial. All we have to do is really cause a ruckus anywhere nearby, and we should be able to take it on. But I do think we need to get a bit more supplies before we go out this time.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but walking around in that place really sucks for me.
Mm.
I quite like it. Like, just,
Oh, we
getting
know.
all involved in
know.
it, and
Yeah, yeah. You still smell vaguely of swamp.
it doesn't wash off easy.
Are we sure he didn't always just smell like that?
See, it's really hard now for me to imagine him pre-swamp. I think of Ronan now, it's just swamp thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Once you've been one with the water, it's hard to be anything different, really. But I think we need stuff that, I know I got rid of a lot of rope, and we lost rope to the lava. Also, we should probably do something about the armor that we have, the like creature armor that
Yeah.
I still don't really know why we were saving weapons or something.
Weapons or armor, what either would come in handy.
We need to get new weapons.
Mm.
Is there much in Halfgate shop-wise though?
You've never really looked, so you don't know.
Mm.
You sort of you haven't really had time to stop since you got here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we could certainly do so now.
Yeah? Let's go have a little shopping day in town. I can visit all the taverns and I can find the best ales. And then you guys can go shopping and I can test more ales.
So basically,
You
Gunn's
see the
gonna
pattern
drink while we shop.
Yeah, are you
Oh, that sounds
expecting
like-
us to come home with weapons for you or something? Or
No, I mean, look. I use only the finest weapons. And no offense to this town, you ain't gonna find dwarven axes of good quality here. Unless they have a secret dwarf here. But I can usually tell these things.
He might not be quite a secret,
Right.
but we haven't really
Mm.
asked for dwarves.
I feel like
Yeah. I mean, I haven't really looked down that much.
First of all, that's racist, Tristan.
I'm like glaring at you.
No, I'm still really salty from what you guys were saying earlier, so.
Oh boy. Yeah, so I guess we look for some shops.
Yep.
I assume at least we can restock the kits and stuff we started with.
Who knows? You'll have to find out next time on We'll See. No.
Well, that's the session.
Yeah, that was it, guys. I'll see you. We're good. No. So you go downstairs and one of you just asks, probably not Namari, asks either Jeffrey or Joyce where some shops are, and they point out a few shops in town. There's a provisioner's in town. There's a blacksmith. but there isn't really any specialized sort of shop for anything particular. There's no like, fine dwarven crafts or elvish blades. Or,
More.
so, where would you like to go first? There's the blacksmith, the provisioners. You asked about taverns. There's only one other tavern in the town.
That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, we should replace the rope, at least, for a start.
Okay.
That comes in handy.
Is everybody going?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? There's a couple of things I wouldn't mind
Yeah,
getting
same.
as well on the way.
Okay.
Would we hypothetically be able to make like some sort of snowshoe, but for mud for Tilly?
Yeah, I was gonna see if I could buy some like big wellies or something.
Snowshoe, maybe not.
But like some planks of
Wellies?
wood, strap them to her feet just to surface area it a bit.
You'll have to see what the provisioners got.
I mean, we could always just go back to the first person we ever met on the road who was selling boots.
Fair point. We didn't heed his warnings.
We
That's
didn't.
on
I mean,
us.
We did.
Probably.
Yeah, that's.
We need
You
a
mean
tall
the-
friend who could carry me.
Boots that specifically in my notes got rid of any movement penalties while in the swamp.
I am going to kill you next time we meet.
Touche.
Anyway, you're heading to the provisioners then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's a fair way across town. It's on the other side of the town to where the Golden Fox is, but the town's not that large. And when you get there, it is a long, 2-story wide with a big gable roof building, and it reads on the front in big, bright, bold painted, what looks to be like copper leaf letters. It says Gilligan's Goods.
Let's go in.
Alliteration. I like it. This guy knows how to market.
So, you make your way inside, you open the door, and when you get in, you hear a little ding, 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 ding on the door as you walk in, and you see there is very little in the front of the shop. It's very big on the outside, but the actual front area is quite small. You can smell freshly burning fire. There's a what looks to be a small fireplace at the back behind the counter, and as you go in, you hear a little like heavy footfalls from the back room, from the big storeroom behind. And walking out from it is about 4.5 feet tall, very stocky, very burly, big beer belly, long beard braided in two, is a dwarven fellow.
Told you.
Secret dwarf!
I nudged Gun.
What?
Where's your dwarvy senses? Sort of
Like,
thing.
out of touch. It's the swamp. It's all that cult. It's that monster thing. It's just throwing my senses off. I just missed it.
Okay.
And he's like, I don't suppose you lot are actually going to come up to the counter. Are you just going to stand gawking at me from the door?
That was plan A.
Yeah, I'll walk up to the counter to him.
I can't see over the counter, so
Would you like to sit on my shoulders, Tilly?
no. I'm okay.
The offer's there if you ever need it or want it.
He sort of looks over to you, goes, "Och, I didn't think I'd be seeing someone like you around these parts."
Yeah, well, you know.
Hey, sorry, I'm forgetting myself. My name's Gilligan Goldglimmer. Of Clown Gem Coin. Aye, it's a lot of G's, I know. It's less G's in Dwarvish. You know how common is, though. I've only got 26 letters.
I know, tell me about it.
Anyway, welcome to me shop. What can I get you? We only have the finest dwarven crafts right here.
Is that right?
No, It's unfortunate. It's quite hard to get stuff out here, but I got a bit of dwarven stuff.
Oh yeah, you got any axes?
What do you take me for? Some two-bit swindler trying to sell you boots at a crossroads?
I just turned to the guys. I'm like, I knew it.
Did you though?
Yes. How dare you? I had an unfortunate accident with a mountain.
Eh?
That's how a lot of dwarves are born.
Hey.
That's
listen here,
racist.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
okay,
we,
no.
but that didn't mean that I'm not going to drop something on your head. Now, what can I be doing for you all?
Well,
Yeah. Well, we all
What
need
do
to
you
rope.
want?
we need some rope, I think.
Aye, how much?
Well, the first journey together was any indicator. A lot.
I got 3 kinds of rope. I got empen rope. Hey, I got some of that silk rope too. It's that fancy stuff. It's made from maggots. Hey, and then I got 3rd kind of rope. Not got too much of that one. It's dwarvish rope, stone rope.
Ooh. The good
Is it-
stuff.
Special? Does it do things?
Does it? It's a rope. What do you think a rope does?
Oh, is it made from stone? Why is it called stone rope?
It clues in the name. Aye, it's made from stone.
Impressive.
You don't think empen rope's not made from hemp, do you?
I
He
do,
does
but
have a point.
that's... I mean, how do you make rope from stone? That's all I'm asking. It's
Well,
probably
maybe
a
anything
trade
from
secret,
stone.
but
Do you want to see it?
yeah.
Alright. He goes into the back and he comes out and you hear him going, oh, hey, oh, hey, I'll be with you in a minute. Oh. And a couple of minutes pass and he comes out and he's dragging a chain, a stone chain. It's very thick. It's probably about the size, each link is about the size of your hand, Tilly. And he's just pulling it behind him. He's like, hey, see, stone rope. Oh, I gotta live off pies.
Seems sturdy yet impractical.
It's not impractical at all. It's just the foundation of dwarven architecture.
Well, I don't think we'll be laying any of that down quite
No.
soon.
They take
Unless
that
it
into
is-
the swamp will literally just disappear.
You say
Unless-
that, but I did have more of it, and I never know what happened to the person that bought it from me.
Well, unless you have an easier way of carrying such heavy things around. People go with
I
a
just
regular
kind of
rope.
like.
You do it with the other arm.
Too soon, man. Hasn't been a week.
Just mirror your camera.
Just flip it.
I look at Gun going, really? You want to carry that?
I used to carry worse when I was younger.
No,
But
I have no doubt that you can. I don't think you should.
No, probably
Mm.
not, but you know, and I go over and like pick it up and do like a little few curls. I'm like, feels like home.
It's like, hey, it only comes in 50 feet chunks.
We'll pass.
Oh, you mean I took it all the way out here? You don't even want it.
Do you want me to take it back for you?
The things I do. No, take it myself. I don't trust you lot in my storeroom.
Fair enough.
I don't trust me in my storeroom, let alone you. And he starts dragging it back, and it's like you just hear him muttering under his breath.
He has some significant trust issues. He doesn't even trust himself.
Yeah.
He comes back and he's like, hey, so how much hempen rope do you want?
How much is
Ah.
normally in the packs?
50 foot is a pack usually.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
but
know
I'll
though.
just pull that
Namari,
up.
Tristan, do you want some silk rope for your delicate hands?
No.
I mean, silken rope technically can hold more weight, but
Okay.
Maybe.
and dwarves do use silken rope.
Shh, they don't know that. I have an image to maintain.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea to all get back up to 50.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, back. Well, I never had. I need to start with.
Yeah, we tend to waste it.
Yeah.
Just for that gun, yes, I will take the silken rope.
Well, you
Hey,
should.
so
Wait, what are you planning on doing? Wait, no, don't tell me.
No, just in spite. Just in
look,
spite.
as much as your conversation's awfully thrilling, can you just tell me how much of each type of rope you want?
One lot of 50
hemp.
for the silk.
50 foot.
So we want 200 of hemp, 50 of silk, right?
Yeah.
Right. Thanks for doing the maths for me. I was never very good at that. 1 + 1 I can do. 1 + 2. Oh, he's a wee bit iffy. Anyway, he goes into the back. He comes back out, puts down this big long coil of rope, and then this smaller coil of this pure white rope. So, will that be all? And he sort of round the side of the big coil of rope. Was there anything else you want?
Yeah, actually, do you so you said about swindlers at Crossroads selling like shitty shoes. Do you actually sell good ones?
Aye, of course I do. Finest dwarven shoes.
Nick from Stone.
No,
They,
not made from stone. What do you think we are? Neanderthals.
I just
I
kind of
would never say that, especially if Gunn can hear me.
Aye, you'd be wise. You're writing in the book for that sort of thing.
Are they any good for walking through that swamp in?
Aye, they should do you well. Might not have a size small enough for you though, but let me go check in the kids section.
deep breaths, Tilly, deep breaths.
It's been a long week.
Just the one? Or more than that?
I'm good.
Does anyone else want shoes?
I'm good.
That'll be okay.
I'm already held back by my shoes.
I'll take a pair.
Okay, and he goes back into the thing, comes out. He's got a big pair of shoes, big long wellies, and they've got like banding on them with dwarven crests. And he sets down another pair of shoes, and the stitching in them is light blue, and there's a star on the front. But it's still a big, heavy shoe. And he's like, "Hey, so there's that pair. And sorry about the way it looks. I can get that tailored off if you'd like."
It's fine, they won't look like that after we've been in the swamp for 30 seconds.
Hey, wait, you're not wrong there. I went into the swamp once. It took 5 men to pull me out of that sinkhole. And that was 20 years ago. I've had a few more pies since then.
So how much for the boots?
Hey, well, so the boots, hey, well, I do, because of the way that one looks. But for the 2 of them, 5 gold.
Yeah, I'll
It's
pay that.
And that's 2 pairs, in case you didn't notice. Not 2 boots.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll pay him for those.
Yeah, if you have it, I'm not sure if you would. I'm in need of hunting traps. We're going hunting, and I would like something that could hold down a creature. And I need healer's kits because we're going hunting.
Aye, yeah, healer's kits I can do, aye. But, hunting trap. And he leans down. What exactly are you hunting? Is it big or small? It's different traps depending on it.
Happy birthday.
It's big.
Big. How big? Like a bear.
That area, maybe bigger.
Right. Bear trap. I can do that. Hey, do you want regular or the dwarven one?
What's the difference? I assume the dwarven one's just better, yeah?
Aye, of course it is. Dwarven trap.
Well, I'll pay extra for the dwarven trap then.
Alright. Goes into the back, goes out, and he has a plate. It's about 8 inches by 8 inches. It is like an inch thick of a black metal. And it has a rune engraved on the center of it. He goes, "Hey, there you go. Don't touch the top." Lays it down. Dwarven hunting trap.
And can you do 3 healing kits on top of the dwarven hunting trap? Bundle that all together.
Hey, just puts them down. Hey, Sappy, and he's now really struggling to see over the top of all of the stuff. Hey, is that gonna be it?
For me, anyway. Tristan, go ahead.
Yeah. Because we're going hunting, I don't suppose you've got anything in the way of maybe a short bow or a light crossbow or something like that?
Hey, light crossbow. Hey, I can do that. Short bow. He leans in really close to you. I've never really used one, so I didn't stock one. I've got fat fingers.
That's fine by me. I feel like a crossbow might, I don't know, just be better in general anyway.
Hey, it makes a good sound. Clang.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. And he goes and he's like, comes out, puts down a quiver full of bolts on this heavy looking, but quite light crossbow.
I say
Small.
thank you in Dwarvish.
He goes, "Hi, you speak my tongue."
I do indeed.
Oh, that's disrespectful.
Well, my apologies.
It's not yours.
I just roll my eyes.
Hey, so, is that gonna be it?
It is for me.
I want to pick your brain about those axes at some point. But we do have
Right.
things to do.
I got hammers as well. Dwarven hammers. Good for bashing heads.
It is. It is. I'll have a think
Right.
about it. Oh, actually...
Right.
No, I'll have a think about them. I'll be back.
Right. I'll be here. And he's like, so, hey, in total, let's see. There's one, yeah, I gotta start again. There's, I see, he pulls out a notepad. So that's 200 feet of rope. That's there. So that's it's 14. And then there's the crossbow. And that's a light crossbow. So that's 39. And you already paid for the boots, right?
Yeah, I kind of slide 5 gold across the counter.
Right, and then the dwarf and hunting trap. All in total, that's 49 gold.
Can I insight check him to see if his maths is really shit? If that seems right?
Go on.
Or... Oh, that's a 2.
Oh boy.
What did you roll, sorry?
A 2.
A 2.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Right. He's written it down. He's written his working. He gets top points. He's written his working out.
Alright, I'll put like 20 gold towards you because I got quite a lot. If we want to like put everything else in there.
Didn't we start a party pot?
we did get
I
127
think-
gold pieces
That yeah.
that we didn't divide.
We can just take it right out of that then.
Mhm.
Yeah. 49 for... How much are they hunting traps? It seems a lot. Boots were only...
I mean, that was a magic.
Yeah, but the expensive thing is
Six.
the crossbow.
Mhm.
Hey, that's 25 gold on its own.
Do I know this dude's clan?
What? Clan gem coin?
Mm-hmm.
Make a history check.
Jesus, dice. So that is a 14.
So you vaguely know of the gem coins. The gem coins are a clan that aren't from Kalras Kazagal. They are holdless at this point. They were... You don't know where they were originally from, but they're renowned to be a clan of tradesmen.
Gotcha. They're not known for being like shady shits or anything.
Very few dwarves still get to be called dwarf and be shady.
Cool.
So,
Cool.
yeah.
Alright. I trust him.
Hey, I don't suppose you'd be wanting any healing potions.
Well, if you have them.
Aye, I do.
Oh.
I got beer flavoured ones.
Hello!
Aye. Stout.
Stout! Oh,
Comes in pints.
you are speaking my language.
Of course I am, I'm a dwarf.
How many of those can we get with what's left of the party funds?
Well, the 45 gold each.
No.
I mean, I could afford one, but
Yeah.
that would be all of it.
Yep, same.
But it would
Yeah,
be
it's-
worthwhile.
They do come in handy.
Aye, I got 3 of them in total. And since you didn't look like you got one of those holy fellas around with you, then you might need them.
Mm,
We might. I'll definitely get one because I'm squishy.
same.
Aye, so how many? I've only got 3.
I'll take one and I'll pay that with my own money.
Right.
Same from me.
Yeah, I'll buy one as an emergency first aid for you scrubs.
Aye.
Very good.
So that's all 3 healing potions doled out. So that's 45 gold each to each of you. And then 49 gold for the rest of it.
I took that away from 78 left. From
But
the
Ronan paid 20 from his own gold, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to spend any more because I have 69 gold right now.
You will
Nice.
only ever spend if you get above.
Tilly will never spend apart from party funds now.
Mm.
If you ever get gold, just continue to spend down exactly the amount.
No, just keep a separate purse.
This is the funny purse.
This is my sack of 69 gold. You get an enchanted sack and everything.
Can we not use the word sack and 69 in the same sentence, please? This is a
Oh,
family-friendly channel?
No, it's not.
I'm gonna say.
Oh
So
boy.
he hands over all of the stuff on the counter, and then he goes into the back and he brings out these 3. They're about that big, and it looks like a tanker or a stein without the handle. And he's got 3 of them in his hand, pops them down, and goes, "Hey, just pop the top off. It's like a cork. Give it a drink."
Not now, Gun. You're
Hey,
not
not now.
wounded.
Hey, it's dwarven ale as well, eh? So it'd be grand. Hey, if that's it then, I wish you well on your adventures. And if you're ever back in town, make sure stop by Gilligan's Goods. And that's me,
Oh.
Gilligan.
Nice to meet you, Gilligan.
Hey, nice to meet you too, mystery dwarf lady who never told me her name.
Ah, sorry, I'm Gun.
Hey, Gun. Let's see why they called you that.
You see?
Hey, yeah. I don't actually see. Why'd they call you that?
Because it's a short for a longer name that it's a strong. Don't worry about it, Gilligan. Don't worry about it.
Ah, right, I see.
Just like very low-key, like flexing my massive guns.
He's
Low-key.
just nodding.
Anyway,
He's just staring past you.
yeah, figured. Well, it was a pleasure meeting another dwarf. See you around,
Hey,
Gilligan.
Sorry, is it me on board there for a moment? Hey, see you around. And he reaches under the desk, brings out a half-eaten pie. Not like a little mini pot pie, like a pie. Tankard of ale. Hey, Celia, get going.
Yeah, I think we.
Let's
It's
leave the
amazing.
man and the pie some fancy.
As we leave, as I'm going out the door, I'll say to him in Dwarvish, "Enjoy the pie," and then just close the door. Close the door really quick.
The last thing you hear is a horrendous dwarven swear word.
I'll keep that one in mind.
Mhm.
As I leave, I'm holding my new health potion in my hands and staring at it like reverently, and I'm like, you know, it's not even magic, it's just dwarven ale, and that's how good dwarven ale is. It will pull you back from the brink of death.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Whatever
I'm
you
gonna,
say, Gun. Whatever.
Citation needed.
I'm gonna go ahead and put those boots on so I can get used to them.
Okay, they're really comfy. The inside of them is, it's not fur or anything because that would be horrible in a swamp, but it's nice and soft and it's tight to your foot so that water will have a harder time getting in. But they're big, they've got big wide soles. They might make you walk slightly cumbersome on land because you're not used to how wide the soles are, but they're pretty good.
No, I'll put mine on as
Okay.
well. Take off like
Okay,
all my
good to
greaves and stuff and drop him like Rock Lee dropping his leg weights.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm assuming that the health potion is just standard.
It's a health. It's a
Yeah.
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. Yeah. So. And the hunting trap. Well, you're gonna have to see what that does.
Oh boy.
That's menacing.
Yep.
So, you've gone to Gilligan's. Where would you like to go now?
What else do we need?
I feel like we could maybe get some sort of bounty on this creature if we go to the leader again and let him know this time, even though we're done, we're doing this one last thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not super keen on taking money for no reason, but it could
I
turn
am.
the entire town around, so it's not really like they're going to lose money paying us a bit.
And besides, we need it because I spent all my money in there.
Yeah, you heard that it was beer potions, and like you've lost your mind a little bit there.
I did.
Yeah, no, we need paid to do this because this is dangerous.
Yeah, wherever we go next, we should go somewhere a little bit more well off than a half-sunken town.
As you're having this conversation, you see a guard is approaching you, and as they get closer, you recognize that it's Alan, the captain of the guard. She goes, Provost wants to see you all.
Oh.
I
Okay.
went to the tavern, but you weren't there. Were you in Gilligan's?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, right.
What does that mean?
I decided once to learn how to say a few dwarven words, just to...
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep,
We know
we got that.
No, yeah, we
apparently
get
that
it.
wasn't the best idea.
I just
Yeah.
want to put this out there, though, Alan. That hashtag not all dwarves. You can speak dwarvish around me. I really don't mind.
What's a hashtag?
Oh, it's this dwarven thing.
Ancient dwarven.
It
symbol.
is, yeah.
yeah.
See, these guys have got it.
Ancient dwarven symbol. They're carried by birds for good fortune and drama.
See, there you go. now.
Essentially.
Sounds about right.
So, wait, I'll slip back into Gilligan for a second there. So, yeah, the provost is there. He wants me to escort you there so you don't get lost.
That doesn't sound like us. We always go in the right direction.
At all times.
Yeah, yep, yeah. Mm-hmm, yep. But thank you. Thank
Lead the
you.
way.
Well, you know which way you're going. Ronan, can I speak to you for a moment?
Sure. I just be like, Gun, can you take this? And just like hand away the trap that I've been struggling to carry this whole time.
Yeah, I just whoop.
Like try to act dead cool. Don't hit the top of it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it is. This trap is a good 25 kilograms of iron.
Yeah, it's been like really, really hurting Ronan to keep carrying this.
Ronan's like,
I'm
Now
just
that
like
it's
bag
not
of
out of
sugar.
its hands, it's never coming back.
Well, this is mine forever now. Then.
Yes, Alan, sorry.
So Alan just sort of walks off to the side a bit. And it's like, the rest of you can go. Yeah, you know where it is. You don't need me to escort you.
Yeah, okay.
The town's not that big.
Slowly head off to the provost's house, like taking back looks at this sneaky meeting.
Yeah. Alan waits until the party's out of earshot. He's like, I just wanted to thank you. You've made quite the impression on Gildebrand.
I've made the impression. Okay. He's a good kid though, so I'm happy with that.
He said that you're one of the first people he's met that trusted him. Gave him that blade. You told him that so long as he was willing, that he could fight alongside you.
Well, to be fair to him, and don't let him sell himself short to you, he fought so that he would be allowed to fight. That wasn't just me being kind, that was his fighting spirit as well.
I'm sure I'd be glad to hear that. But we're actually leaving. I'm handing over to the captain of the guard very soon. So we'll be leaving. We're taking a pilgrimage to the Temple of Pelor. He feels that it's important to go there. He wants some training.
Are you traveling far?
It'll be a couple of weeks travel. We're not taking a horse because I'm allergic. So it'll take a bit longer than it should. It's in the capital. I hope this works out for him. He wants to be like you guys someday now.
He'll be much better than we are.
I told him to maybe not be as rough and tumble as you all are. Because, Ronan, I appreciate you very much, but you stink. You really do.
Look, you don't understand. There were enemies, and I needed to hide. And, yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah. Maybe before you leave, have a bath.
Yeah, I figured I'd get by with just,
Visit
magic.
Visit the boat keeper. He has some lovely bubble baths.
That's going to be brilliant.
You'll have to take them somewhere else, though. It just gives you the oils.
Yeah, sure. No, we've got rooms and stuff. But if you're going to leave soon, will we see you again before we come back from the swamp? We're intending to hunt the creature that has been attacking people. So
we're actually leaving in a few hours.
Okay. Well, I'll
leave when the sun hits midday.
I'll take the unstrap the sheath of the sword and give her the sword and tell her, give this to Gildebrand and tell him to take it with him. Tell him it's from me. I know you'll keep him safe. He probably won't need it when you're around, but tell him it's a present from me.
And she takes it in her hand and goes, "Thank you. I think that means more to him than you will ever know." Anyway.
And then, yeah, I'll just say, just take care of him.
Yes, yeah. Right, we mustn't keep the provost waiting. He's a nice man, but even he has the limits of his patience.
The last time I'm smelling his room up, the better anyway. This works out great. Don't worry about it. Alan, thank you so much for trusting us to come into the town.
It's alright. If I'm being honest, at the very beginning I didn't trust you.
Okay, Provost. It's that way, right? I think.
Yeah, she points to the big house, the manor house.
I got it. Take care. And I'll just make my way on towards everybody else.
Okay, so eventually you catch up to them, because they keep glancing back at you very creepily throughout the entire conversation you were having. But eventually you catch up to them once again, and Alan is with you.
It's nice to know we made a good impression on Gildebrand when the first time he saw any of us, it was me stabbing someone.
Yeah.
Stabbing an insane cultist who wanted to eat him, just clarifying.
After getting there and deliberating that this is actually much harder to assassinate someone than I thought it was.
Yeah, but you still took him out in one hit, though. He stood no chance. I had an arrow trained on him the whole time, and you just completely took care of it.
So, you all make your way to the provost's house, and Alan leads you in and takes you towards a different place to where you were before. You're taken towards the study this time. And as the door is opened for you, you see the provost stands there now, looking more collected than he was. He's still wearing a much more formal dress. When you first saw him, he was wearing a suit, and that you're guessing at this point that that's probably his casual clothing, because he's wearing this deep blue ceremonial garb right now. It is this a heavy military jacket, double-breasted across the side, with long purple sash in the color of the Royal House of Calrim across. You see he has a small pin on one of his lapels, which is a stained glass. It looks like a stained glass window of a scroll that is sort of disintegrating to one side. He's got his big provost hat on, and he's standing there very calmly. And as you come in, you see that soft, welcoming smile appears on his face, and he's like, "Ah, it's good to see you all again. I heard you'd made it back from the mountain, okay?"
Mm-hmm. And all in one piece.
Most of us.
More or less.
Well, I mean, we put the pieces back together at least.
I'm not going to ask what that means, but I'm glad. I wanted to give you some thanks for all you've done for the town. You've essentially saved our town. I've been told from my guards that went into the swamp that you did a great deal of work. And that what was happening in there that we did not realize was far greater than our little town could have handled. So, thank you. Thank you very much. And because of that, I wanted to give you a few things. First off, each of you will be bequeathed 100 finest minted Cowrim gold coins. Each. And he steps to the side, and you see there are 5 small bags of coins on the desk, on his study desk behind him. And he goes, and this. And he reaches back and pulls out a satchel. It is a leather satchel, embroidered with a heavy buckle on the front. And he says, this is a bag of holding. It's, from what I've read, this is a quintessential item for your types. It can hold an awful lot. There's nothing in it right now, but I'm sure it will be full of interesting things. And as you can see, and he opens up the top, and he shows you that on the inside there is a pull string, so you can actually increase the size of the bag to put bigger things in it or shrink it down.
Interesting. Guess that means I don't have to carry
character.
around the armor pieces now.
Yeah.
So, who am I giving this to?
That's a good question.
Who's the most trustworthy?
The woman who, not 24 hours ago, was trying to eat everyone. Let's give her the bag.
Yeah, maybe not.
No, here's the thing. Lydia is like the best person for this because she chronicles everything.
She's not the only one that chronicles everything. Isn't that right, Jamie?
Yeah.
Do you want it, Jamie?
Ooh, I suppose.
I mean,
Why
it
not?
does match your fabulous hat.
It does. And then I can put the hat away and say, keep it.
I mean,
when no one else...
Tristan's outfit is already all pleather. Adding more pleather to that's just gonna.
It works.
It does
works.
work.
Does Tristan just squeak when he walks? He's just like.
No. It's worked in now. It's fine.
Yeah. It's like a
It
pair
used
of
to be that
beige
way.
Doc Martens.
Yeah.
I will say it matches your cape fabulously, I concede.
And you did it last campaign, Lydia. Share the load.
Yeah. Well, I guess I can take care of this. Be a nice safe place to keep the violin.
You're not gonna fill it with just all your shit. This is the
No,
party's
everyone else's stuff is going in there, but obviously I'm thinking personally. Like, well, I guess I can look after all of my stuff now. And I don't have to carry shit.
And the provost is just like, here you go, Tristan.
Thank you.
Says there is one last thing I wish to give you. And he reaches into his jacket and pulls out a coin, a very large coin, about the size of a medallion. And you see on the front of it is stamped the symbol of Cowrim, the crown of mountains in front of the rising sun. This is a king's coin. This, and you see, as it glimmers now in the light, it is white gold. says, "This is a very important object. With this, you can gain an audience with the king."
Hmm.
I think one day this might come in handy.
Maybe.
And he holds it out towards you.
If no one else takes it, I'm taking it.
Take it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You see, he buns his jacket back up and straightens himself up, readjusts the pin. So, thank you once again for everything you've done. What will you be doing now?
We're not quite done yet.
Mm.
Besides
What do
the
you mean?
cannibalistic cult that was living in your swamp, there's also a giant-ass monster.
I
There
believe
is?
the one that we talked about before. Was that with the provost?
Could have been with the priesty dude.
Or was it? I'm trying to remember.
No, it was with me.
Hmm.
So you're actually going after that?
Yeah, why not?
Right.
You don't think that's a good idea? Thought
Unless, in your professional opinion, you think, yeah, maybe not.
No, I applaud you for doing so. I just did not expect you to want to do so much for my little town.
Well, if it tidies up that swamp a little bit.
Well,
Is
it
it
hasn't
good?
been so good in the last year.
Mm-hmm.
We've
Um,
met a lot of kind people in this town.
One of the guards found the vault, by the way.
Oh.
We found why. Well, we found what we think was the reason why this all started. The swamp had gotten into the vault, shorted out one of the runes. It seems some of the magic escaped. That's what allowed the gnolls to appear.
Mm.
Oh. Well, then I suppose it's best we go kill this monster before anything else like that happens.
Perhaps so. It seems that in the end, it all ties back to this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just like nudge Tristan to be like, money, fuck.
Wow. How rude. However, since you seem to know more about this creature than we do, I mean, you knew its name for a start. Is there anything that you
Yes.
can help us with in terms of, I don't know, more advice, more knowledge, just anything that might aid us in this endeavor?
Give me a moment. And he
Mhm.
goes and sits down at his desk, and he takes out a key from in his jacket and unlocks a drawer in his desk. And as he opens it, he pulls out a large book which has the same symbol on it as the symbol on his pin. The scroll which shatters on one side. He opens it up and he starts flicking through. He goes, There's not much in here. I wasn't expecting it to appear. What it says is that these creatures are known in the stories to be able to fell a man with a gaze.
Well,
So perhaps not being seen? Oh, I don't know.
That's all it says. I'm
That is
afraid.
really. Oh.
Yes,
Hmm.
yeah. Aside from the stuff I told you before.
Does it mention its size? Because we've been preparing, but
It says here anywhere between 10 to 18 feet in length.
So, you said it can, like, fell anyone with the gaze. Is it if it looks at you or if you look at it?
It does not say.
stealth is my strong suit.
You know, a lot of these old stories turn out to be nonsense most of the time.
Mm.
Has
It's-
anyone in town, besides the comrade in the tavern, seen this thing?
No. But as far as the stories go, it's part of my training to know which ones are real and which ones are not.
I see.
So be
Well-
very careful and don't
Mhm.
die. And that's what we can
Wow.
take away from this.
I would very much ask that you don't die, yes.
Yeah. I'm personally saying I feel like maybe we've bitten off more than we can chew on this one. I mean, I don't know about the rest of you. I mean, especially Gun. I mean, I feel like you're very raring to go, and well, Ronan as well. Personally, I'm starting to be a little bit nervous with this.
Is there anything I can do to...
I don't know. Is
aid
there
you
anything you can
beyond-
help me to settle my nerves in this?
Make a persuasion check.
I've been really, really beating around the bush with this
Mm,
persuasion.
it's like the guilt trip dagger.
Yeah, pretty much.
2017
Yeah.
year of the
But
grift.
he's just already paid us, so I don't personally want to push him much more.
Yeah.
No, me either.
So persuasion, did you say?
Yeah.
21.
Hmm. The town's coffers are a little weak, but there is something I could give that could aid you in your adventures. Wait here one moment. And he goes out of the room. He's gone a couple of minutes, and he comes back, and he has a leather wrap.
Hmm.
He's got that same sigil stamped on it as again the scroll, and he goes, "This I haven't had much use of it. This was for my time in school, but this might be able to help." And he opens it up, and inside there is a long dagger, intricately crafted. You see from the hilt,
Mhm.
two spires twist around the blade up until about half of its length, and it looks beautiful. It's cured leather on the hilt itself where you grip it. It has a heavy pommel, and it comes with a sheath, and the sheath and the leather on the grip are both this sort of aqua color.
Hey, I love knives.
And knives love you.
That would be weird. Does he say anything about it?
He's just he's just showing it to you.
It's a very,
Like,
very
Offering it to us, or
Interesting.
just like, here, look at this.
He's showing you it.
that's a very interesting design.
It's a fancy looking toothpick.
It's enchanted.
Oh.
Yes. In addition to its enhanced properties of sharpness, it has very strange enchantment. And he opens a window in his office. He looks down. Says, "You see that tree there?"
Mm-hmm.
He gets it. So it's been a while. He throws the dagger at the tree and it hits the tree. Thunk, and then appears back in his hand.
Huh.
Well,
Well, you'll never lose that one, will you?
I know someone who could make good use of that.
I know I'll not lose it even. But use it plenty.
Would you be willing to part with such an impressive weapon?
Ordinarily, no. It's one of the few remaining things I have from my time at the school, but I have a feeling that it will go very far with you all, and especially if you help it, if it helps you in killing that monster.
Hopefully it will.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll go very far. And then come back.
God damn it.
She has a point.
It has a point.
Several, actually.
It's a dagger.
Yeah. Oh, we walk into these, don't we?
You really do.
Well,
But yes, I would be willing to part with it for you.
Well, thank you very much.
And
May
he
I ask
wraps it back up again.
one last thing.
Of course.
Was it the provost who told us about the
grove.
the spring when
Yeah.
when I had the curse, or was it
Mhm.
the other?
That was the provost.
I I would like to thank you as well for helping my condition last time I was here.
It feels good to be able to use my training. I don't get much use of it out here.
Can I just... Who was that? There was someone at the spring. What do you know about this?
No.
This pond, this area, this...
I know only
I've
what
never
the
seen a
stories.
place like this. I've never...
I only know what the stories told me, and the stories just told me of a healing place there.
Well, we might have to update that particular story. It seems that's no longer an option.
You must tell me of this. I must update it. The school will want to hear of this. He rushes back down and sits at his desk, opens the
Might
book
want
again.
to write that down.
Yeah. Hang on, I'll go back to where it was.
It kind of died.
Right. Could you go into more detail than that?
Yes. Unfortunately, the pool was tied to an elven god.
Right. Which one?
I'm trying to find out how to pronounce it. Yeah,
Coralon the Fairy. Right. Okay.
that's the one. Yes.
Writes it down.
And the particular properties that you explained to us only seemed to activate during Dawn's first light.
Dawn's first light. That would make sense for the Coralon. Yes. Okay. Yes.
As it did, a figure stepped out from the pool.
Right. Can you give me detailed information about how they looked?
Yeah. Would I know it's a dryad?
No.
Okay. It looked like a person, but was very much, I don't know, kind of plant-like in
Right.
nature.
I see. Yes.
They were beautiful.
Yeah.
Right.
Stunning.
Right.
From the land, from the pond.
Right. I see.
They
Okay,
were.
yes.
There was also a tree that kind of emerged with them.
A tree. Okay. What type of tree? Was it maple, oak, willow?
I take out the leaf I kept.
Yeah. Right. I see. Could I borrow that leaf for a moment? Just one moment. It will not be hard.
Yes, of
It
course.
takes any traces around it into the book. Right. Sets it aside. Right. Yes. There. Right. There you go. Hands the leaf back. And what's happened? Is that always a correlation of that leaf? Has it always been like that?
Well, it was alive at one point.
Right, and the colour when it was alive?
It was
Do I
the
remember
same,
that?
wasn't it?
No, it darkened. I think it
Did it?
was. Was it?
Yeah.
Was it icy?
It was like an icy blue, yeah.
Icy.
Right, to see. Okay, yeah. Right, any more information? Anything that they said? Anything like that?
We essentially had to convince them that performing this particular magic's ritual was worth its life.
Right, I see.
And
Sick, but not
in
cold.
and in doing so,
Okay.
I entered into a promise, and I produced the vial of water.
Oh, that is fascinating. Hold that still for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's good. Thank you. Yes.
My
What do-
promise is essentially that I have to replant the grove, essentially. I have to find a place
Right.
of equal natural beauty and
I
then
see.
bestow the similar blessing that was atop the mountain to this new location.
Oh, fascinating. Right. Okay. Yes. Well, is there anything else?
For now, that's it. There was a stone tablet with the marking of I always forget how to pronounce it.
Coralon the Fairy.
Coralon therein, yeah.
Yes. So, right. And could you describe the way that looked?
It was carved into the stone, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was the tree with the stars, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. Tree with stars. He draws out a little symbol, and you see it looks fairly similar, but it only has 3 stars instead of 7. Is it like that?
More stars. There were 7.
7?
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean? The symbol you just drew, what is it?
That is the symbol of Corellon Lothario.
And what do the stars represent?
I don't know.
We saw had 7.
That is fascinating. I've never heard of that happening before. Right. Puts the quill back in the ink. You never stop giving me things to my town, do you? That is amazing. Right.
I'll be sure to notify someone, and I gesture to the shattered scroll. Once I find a new place for it.
Oh, yes. Yes, the Aeonian Scriptorum. Yes, my school.
Good to know. The what, sorry?
Aeonian Scriptorium.
Right.
I'll send you how it's spelled later,
Yeah.
Jimmy. Because you're going to have a hard time spelling that.
I writ it phonetically, so
Nice.
I can say it later.
Okay. Yes. It's a school of knowledge. School of law. Law of the land. Stories.
Oh.
Yes. It was founded long ago by an ancient bard.
Interesting.
Yes.
I'll have to read up on that.
Is he as flashy as ours?
No.
I don't suppose you... I get a feeling you've never met a bard before. They're all like that.
No,
Even the half-orc ones. Especially the half-orc ones.
I'm aware. You try and spend the better part of your life working in a place called the Bart's Trousers and not see them on a regular basis.
Right. That's an interesting name for an establishment. Anyway,
Yes, I've heard jokes.
I should not be keeping you any longer.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we
Gods
have a
be with
monster
you.
to kill.
We do indeed.
We do.
Alan will escort you out. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Takes his hat off and bows with it. Puts it back on.
I wasn't wearing mine because we were inside.
His is ceremonial, so he gets to.
Yeah. You're allowed when it's ceremonial. Mine's not. Mine's just fancy.
Right. So Alan leads you outside, and it's like, well, I best be going now as well. I've got packing to do.
Mm-hmm.
All the best for your journey.
Good luck.
Oh, did Ronan tell you?
No, you told us last time.
Oh, right. Yes. Sorry. It's my mind. Right. Yes. I'll see you around. I'm sure we'll cross paths once again.
Hopefully.
Mm.
Hopefully so.
Then she walks off towards somewhere in town.
Right, let's go kill something and then...
We know vaguely where we're going, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The one place we were trying to avoid the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically the one place in the swamp you haven't been at this point.
Mm-hmm.
The one sort of completely black part on the map.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
hopefully the last part of the swamp we go to.
If it doesn't look familiar, we're in the right place.
Only demons see who enter here.
Oh, lots of question marks.
So, all right. So you make your way to the back of the town, and then let out of the gate once more.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to take our quick break there.
Yay!
Let
Yay.
everyone get a drink. Susie can rest her arm a second.
It's,
And
it's not moved. It's
I'm going to say a rest around. She's not done anything with it.
For a while.
so yeah, we will be back in a few minutes. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. All right, welcome back once again, guys, to the after break session. This is Kureon After Dark now.
Oh boy.
It's not. It's just the same as before, but now with one less arm.
It's
6
still
weeks of
there,
this.
you fuck. It just
6 weeks of this. So, did you know that in some people, bones can take up to 10 weeks to heal?
Swear to God.
You're gonna have to learn how to one-handed clap.
The hell?
That's
Wow.
a skill I never knew you had, Jamie. But now,
burn him at the stake because there is something wrong there, obviously.
My brother can do it with both hands, and I don't mean like clap with both hands. Do that with both hands.
We all can.
Not all of us,
Oh,
Steve.
boy.
That
Yeah, they can. It
that's
just hurts
unfortunate.
a lot.
what did I do to deserve this?
You picked a fight with ice.
No, she did a random gravity check, and by the way, it still works.
The people's elbow. Oh god.
Oh please, that's forever going to be in my brain, and I want to thank you officially, Stu, for that mental image.
All right. So, as you once again, for perhaps the final time, stand at the entrance to the Pale Pyre Muck. Once again, sinking into that mud. Although those of you who bought boots, sinking significantly less
Nice.
into that mud than you were before. Meaning you no longer have counts difficult terrain while on land, just
Thank
in
God.
water. So, where would you like to go?
To the monster! To the monster!
What's that?
I'm doing like Scrappy Doo. I'm like, let me at him.
So, who's leading the way?
Scrappy.
Swamp
Our
Thing!
expert tracker, I would hope.
Once we get into the swamp, I'll lead us, but
Okay.
I haven't got the same enthusiasm that Gun has to really take the lead until the swamp, so
Well, the back of the town is in the swamp, so you're in the swamp already.
Nice.
The swamp backs out into the town, so
Call it Halfgate for a reason.
town backs out into the swamp. Yeah. So, in that case, then run and give me a survival check,
alright.
as you have done many times before.
17 plus 6. 23.
6. Wow, 23. That's actually very impressive. Okay. So, as you make your way through the swamp once again, you're used to it at this point. You're knowing where to stand, where not to stand, and you glide quite easily through the swamp at a quickened pace at this point. But after a while, you come to an area that is, even as you approach it, there is a sense of eeriness around. Thick mist clings to the edge of the trees here, and the sounds of the swamp, as my sister dies in the background, the sounds of the swamp have completely gone still. And as you move forward more now, the trees around you become even more now. They sit twisted, leafless, as if in writhing agony, the wood rotten and dead. All of the plant life is completely gone from the floor of the swamp here. And it is silent.
But it still remains land, water, just twisted trees and
But you
plantless ground.
You can swear, looking at the trees, they look like they're screaming out in pain from a long death.
This feels like the place.
Mm.
It smells of corruption, literally.
It just smells.
So, Guys, we're going to be hunting a creature 10, 12, right up to possibly 18 feet. Down a person with a gaze. We want to sneak attack this creature.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, you all smell like people,
Oh no.
Oh no.
and it's going to smell you from a mile away. You've
Oh.
got to embrace the swamp.
The worst thing is making a lot of sense right now.
I'm looking for an
I-
argument against, but I can't think of one.
I wouldn't tell you unless it was necessary. I'm not like that. It's okay for me. I'll go.
You know,
I
it makes it
spelled-
worse that you're not enjoying this. Just a bit of schadenfreude goes a long way.
I'm concerned for us. I want to make sure that we get through this okay.
Alright.
Oh god.
I
Oh god.
just
Ew.
trot
Ew.
over to the nearest like little pool, hold my nose, and just go.
You just plunge. Long braid floating on the surface for a moment before the water soaks into it.
And I'll pull her back up.
It's like pulling your finger out of sticky putty.
Ew.
Good.
I put my hat in the bag of holding. It doesn't deserve this. I also submerge.
Okay.
It's like a really fucked up stinky baptism right now. Ronan's
help
there
out
dunking
again.
everybody.
Bioshock 3.
Oh. All right. Which one of you is going to make a flying city in the clouds?
I mean, probably me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
let's be real.
Let's face it.
Okay. So.
I
Do you all
kind
dunk?
of-
Yes. Do you all dunk?
Gun for all time's sake.
Alright. Waist suplex.
To just Namari into the water. This water is harder than normal, and that really hurts. Namari, that really hurts. Knocks the wind out of you, and you take in a big gulp of swamp water.
I've
Amazingly.
made mistakes.
Amazingly, you have to chew it.
Oh.
I don't have to chew it. I can try and spit it out.
Oh yeah,
Nasty.
it comes out. It's like
Some's probably in your teeth. You don't realise until like 5 minutes later, and all of a sudden crunch.
it's like spitting out Jello.
Mm-hmm.
Comes out.
I'm suddenly regretting every life choice I left at this moment.
I mean, I probably think you regret one more than others.
Mm.
That one in particular.
And the inside of your mouth right now, it's not feeling too great in there.
I think a squirrel crawled into my mouth and died.
Yeah, it gets like that.
Yeah, it's kind of like Anakin Skywalker right now.
Hmm.
It gets coarsens everywhere.
And Tilly,
Well, if it could still smell me with the four of you around, then it deserves to eat me.
Tilly,
What?
Getting the swab.
I
I'm
take a
crossing my
slab.
arms.
I take a slab
I
Of-
think
of
Stevie's
slime
dead.
and
Oh
throw
wait,
it
no,
really.
he's alive. He's alive.
I missed one to murder. What do you do?
Oh, I'm taking a slash. I'm making a slime ball and throw it at you.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Kind of wipe it off and fume at you.
I got
Where is
this.
this damn thing then?
well, yeah. Now's all look really stupid. That was stupid. Let's go. Am I joking? No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna just dive into the
Wait.
water like just easy, really comfortable.
Just on a meta level, Tristan has prestidigitation, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That can
It's gonna
change
smell
smells.
fine. Yeah, it's gonna smell fine to me.
You fuck.
He's just prestidigitating under his nose, his mustache constantly, does he?
Mhm.
Prestidigitation like Vicks. Just
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Tristan Paul Gaultier.
Alright, now that
False
we're
by
all
Tristan.
so fucking gross, are we sneaking?
Yeah, but before we move on, a couple of things that might help us formulating a plan. I have a couple of things that I can do for when we think we might know where the thing is. I can make one person invisible and potentially blind it.
Hey, that would be
Potentially.
good.
Both
I
concentration.
emphasize potentially. That one isn't. But the invisibility is. So I can do both. But as I say, I can only potentially blind it. It's not a guarantee.
Well, if you could, like, potentially blind it, magically for a bit, that's fine until I can actually physically blind it.
Yeah. Just putting that out there for when we need to come up with how we want to take this thing down. Those are options.
Invisibility is an option for me too. Apart from that, I can't hold it. I can only attack.
Just so that everyone's clear. It's a thing.
Alright.
I try and frighten it.
I can stab it.
Same.
I realize now in the depths of the swamp that I did give away my only melee weapon, so I'm gonna hit it with arrows.
That's
lot.
why I also got a crossbow.
I put a hand to my waist as if to offer running a hand axe, and I'm like, oh.
I give Rhoda my daggers.
Oh,
I
thank
have
you.
I have the staff now, which you can't use, but you can use my daggers.
Well, hopefully I don't get close enough for it, but if I do, I'll be very thankful.
No worries. They're an
I-
ancient family heirloom. Do not lose them.
You don't want to give them to me.
I'm
telling you
full of
now.
shit. Full of shit. I bought them in some stuff.
Well, yeah,
3
I
months
figured.
ago. It's fine.
You're also full of shit because you went in the swamp too.
And whose fault is that? Whose fault? And it's slime ball hidden as well.
Entirely yours.
I just want to take a moment in the midst of all this to remember what Namari's hair normally looked like. And imagine that covered in goop and weighed down. It is like flat to the face right now.
Oh, shit.
Right? It is like Ginger the Ring. Or Grudge, whichever one it is. I don't know. What? I don't know horror movies.
You know, I never thought I needed a Grudge Brave crossover, but
When cold winds are calling.
Did you say it's like a Ginger the Ring?
What is that? Not the one with the creepy little girl?
Yeah, but now ginger, so even creepier. I could say that I'm one.
But still as pale.
Oh god. Anyway, moving on.
so let's find this
Mm.
Kebble to pass thing.
Let's move carefully from this point on, I think.
Let's
Okay.
Can I tell Stu what way, if there's any wind and what way the wind is?
Ooh, yes you can if you make a survival check for me.
I am guiding.
That's a natural 20. That's sitting over
never
there.
mind.
Okay, so you do the whole lick your finger thing.
Tastes brilliant.
It... Yep, tastes like mud pies you used to make when you were a kid. Put your finger up. And very little wind right now. Very little wind.
Aren't we in a swamp surrounded by mountains and calderas?
There's a mountain range one side, the other side's the coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we kind of get free roam in terms of what way we circle, what way we move around. Although, because ideally it would be downwind.
Mm.
You're the hunter, Rena.
Are
Okay.
you wanting to try and use your traps? What
If we know more, like more accurately where it is, then Gun can drop the trap, like as a part of like what you do, just like as it approaches you, or as you approach it, prepare the trap.
Alright.
But just everyone make sure to follow the advice. Don't look it in the eye if you can. Try and blind it, and if we have to keep it range, keep it range. If anyone needs patched up, I'll pull out my healing kit. Just come to me. I'll patch you up as best I can if it's normal wounds. So I'll be seeing your leg at some point, Tristan.
Low blow, but fair point. That will be omitted for when I tell the tale.
I should hope so.
Mm-hmm.
Is everyone ready to fight? Everyone.
Ready as I'll ever be, I suppose.
Always
my
ready.
sword, I was born ready. No, literally, I was. Came out fighting. Punched 3 midwives.
With
I
a sword?
feel like that
No,
was-
Please don't tell me there was a sword involved.
Gun just comes out with a great axe.
Then I'll lead us onwards until I can get a sense of like where a den would be, or like an idea of where I would get tracks or something.
Okay.
Yeah. If we get a bit closer, I'm going to use Armor of Agathis.
All right. So as you walk along, the thick, muddy water which is clinging to your clothes begins to freeze in places as this eldritch armor forms around your body for a moment.
It actually looks a bit cooler. Still doesn't smell better, but I take it.
It's just really stinky ice now. So you look like Frosty the Snowman.
Way to crap on my style.
So, I'd like you all to make a stealth check for me, because I'm assuming, well, you did say that you were being sneaky at this point.
Yeah.
Guidance to
Yourself?
don't think I can guidance. I can't use that on myself.
Can't remember.
I'll check. Hold on.
Don't need it.
You touch one willing creature.
Okay, you can use it on yourself.
I touch a willing creature, and that
Natural
willing
20
creature is
inches.
Just high five yourself.
Okay. Yeah, I can do this.
Oh,
It's that
I can.
self-bardic inspiration.
Mm.
Oh.
21.
Hey, Susie, self-high five. Oh.
Oh, wow.
I'm going home.
Oh, man.
Fuck all of you.
You're ready, home?
That is why I said it in the first place. But, you know. I got a 19, by the way.
I'm going to be less subtle with Susie right now. She's got one arm.
I know.
13 for me. I rolled a 7.
Okay.
She can
Natural
only count to
20.
5 on her own.
23.
Okay.
Still have 10 fingers.
What did you get?
With
Namari?
you, 21.
Okay. All right. So, as you continue making your way through the swamp, eventually you push out of the area where the tweez. Hello.
What I call a pudding hat.
What is
Stop
that
that.
monsters?
Fucking don't.
Hello, Gunnhild here. You push out of the area where the trees seemed twisted and gnarled, and as you keep going, it's kind of hard because nothing seems to change in the swamp. However, as you're getting closer to what is the coast, parts of the landscape are getting slightly more rocky. There are small crags that are lifting up in certain places now. It looks like the sort of places now where you would get close to where there could be caves, dens.
Well, any tracks on the ground, Ronan? Is that fresh?
Was there?
Make a survival check.
6 plus 12.
Okay, you can't seem to see any tracks, but I would like Tilly to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh no, I don't like those. Wait, do I like those? Let me check my sheet. I don't like those, no. That's 6.
6.
Yeah, rolled really
Okay.
well.
Okay. All right. Oh boy, that's a lot more dice than I was expecting.
Oh boy.
It's not a lot more dice than I was
Did I
expecting.
mention that I don't like the swamp? Has that come up yet?
I don't think it has, no.
The swamp also doesn't like you.
Whatever gave you that idea?
The constant dying.
Ah, that might be it.
Almost dying.
I should have known.
That's 24 points of necrotic damage. You watch as
What?
Tilly is sneaking along, and suddenly the area next to Tilly and a line just twists into this now blackness for a moment before Tilly goes deathly pale and the skin draws close to her as she just. And as you look over, you see emerging now from a crag, nose in the air, just sniffing around this horrible, bright orange furred creature that hangs in globules of matted fur along these huge, heavy hoofs, draw out of the water from where it came out of its cave, with this long, thick tail that ends in a mace-like bulge with these huge tusks out the sides of its face, and the creature just goes. It smelt you because it rolled a high on its perception check. And it smelled Tilly. And I would like you all to roll initiative.
Ah!
Fight the devil?
Yep. I think it's the correct way of doing that.
Oh, I hate this dice.
This went
Thing I
good.
don't like. Doing some bad rolls over here in my corner, guys.
Well, my new rainbow-coloured metal dice with pink numbers are doing really good for me. It's so cool. I didn't take a picture of them. I should have done that.
Hmm.
All right.
If only I was
You-
lucky.
You can move yourselves out a bit.
What the fuck is that?
It's cute.
Come on.
Let's keep it.
Should I be closer to it or something?
No. But it should be close to you. So it is in the water.
Actually, where was I before? About there. Yeah, I'll stay there.
All right. Let's go 25 to 20.
24.
23!
Wow. Good job, guys.
Nat 20.
What's that? Oh, okay. So 24 from... Who's it, 24?
Me.
24 from Tristan. Oh, because of Jack of all trades.
Yeah, boy.
And 23 was Gunnhild?
Yep.
Alright. 15, 20,
17.
17. Alright. And 10 to 15?
14.
14. From the wonderful Ronan. And 5 to 10?
9.
Ugh, Tilly with an unlucky roll. Not doing so hot today. It's all mistiled out. Alright, so top of the round as this creature begins lumbering through the water towards you. It's you, Tristan.
Okay, so I'm gonna move. What? No, what are you doing? Sorry. Go away. I'm gonna move up to there, so it's within 30 feet of range, and attempt to blind it.
Okay.
So that's Constitution, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, Constitution saving throw against a 15.
That's a 15. That's a 16, unfortunately.
Damn it. Then how far did I move? 5, 10, 15. Yeah, might as well stay there. And I'll inspire Gun.
Okay.
And just put a bit of elbow grease into it.
Gun, it's your go.
I will get my vengeance. One of these days.
Oh, that's a stinger, is that one? Ooh, that's ice cold.
You love me, really.
Do I, though?
I don't know, do you?
Not for very much longer.
No, probably not.
Okay, right, so I can move 25 feet, which gets me next to it. Fabulous. Not in front of it, to the side of it.
Yep.
And then I would like to put my sword in its head.
Okay. You can do that. You're not dropping the trap or anything?
Shit, yes. Oh, that'd be an action. I wanted to drop the trap.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. I will drop the trap.
Okay. And then are you still going to run up to it? Because your movement speed is still slowed in the water, remember?
Right, okay. Shit. So, what's my movement speed in the water?
The movement speed, it's basically double per square.
Okay,
So,
I
for
was...
each square it takes 10 feet instead of 5 feet.
Okay. So I can get to, like, here then.
Yeah, and then you can
Then
sort of
plop the trap.
chuck the trap.
Yeah.
You going to just put it down or chuck it?
Chuck it.
Okay. Make an attack roll for me, please. You can use strength because it's a thrown weapon.
Okay. I'd like to rage as well to start.
Okay. Rage throw. Ah!
Hey, natural 20. Advantage.
Okay.
This is a strength check.
No, it's not. It's an attack roll.
Oh, an attack roll. Never mind then. I will redo that.
Okay.
What's the bonus to add? Just strength?
Strength and proficiency. No, no, not proficiency. Just strength. Yeah, just strength.
Okay, that would be 14.
14. Yeah. Throw it out. It sits for a moment on top of the water before it starts sinking down.
Mhm.
All right.
And then I
That ends-
I whistle and try and get it to move towards where I've thrown the trap.
Okay. And that will end your go.
Yep.
Namari, your go.
I'm going to Eldritch Blast it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, roll for attack.
That's 22.
That definitely hits.
And that's 7 damage.
Okay, so once again, this green and black lance of energy strikes into the creature, and as you see, it hits, shaking off age-old mud and dust that just clatters. 7 damage. Woo! You didn't hex it.
No, I didn't, because I'm wanting to keep 1 slot.
That ends your go. Ronan's go.
So did I see what triggered all this? Like, we all seen Tilly just like look like death.
Yeah, you saw it was like the air in a line just turned black and twisted.
Okay, so I'll rush down then, and I will heal her, or heal Tilly.
Yeah.
Cure wounds. 1d8.
1d8 plus your wisdom.
Okay, well that's hefty. 12 max.
Thank you.
Nice. Okay.
That's very good.
Right.
Alright.
And I will just move back to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's me.
Okay. So, the creature is going to move forward towards you, Gun, and it stands on the trap to make a dexterity saving throw. Which it fails.
Yeah.
Fails the DC 13 dexterity saving throw with a 12.
Whew.
Damn.
And that sets off the fireball.
Shit.
Yes. One roasted gun.
So I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw as well.
Oh, fuck.
L.
Can you add inspiration to a save?
Yes.
Well, you've still got your inspiration.
Oh, good.
Also,
I
you
need it.
can see it coming. You have danger sense.
I do! So I get to have it, right? That's danger
No.
sense.
No.
Oh, I have
Advantage.
advantage. Thank fuck, because I rolled a 2! Okay, so on my dice I rolled an 18. My inspiration I rolled a 6. So that's 24, and my dex
Okay.
is a lot. 29.
Okay. I mean, okay, it was DC 13, so.
Just to be on the very safe side.
Just want you to know how fucking thoroughly I dodged that fireball.
All right. So 28 points of fire damage to the creature. And then 14 points of fire damage to you.
14. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's just nothing. Just so long as my hair is alright.
Yeah. You're a little singed.
Her name
Blast up,
is
you're like-
Firebraid, but not literally Firebraid.
You hear a, and you're like, oh no. And then just, the entire area just erupts into this fire, and you hear that as it burns away all of the water in this huge 20-foot explosion that rocks the creature to the side. And as you see, as the smoke clears now, the water begins to fill back in from where this giant space was just instantly evaporated. The boiling steam just roils up from this area. You see in the side of this creature where it stepped on it is just blackened. The fur is completely gone. The flesh is beginning to crack and split already as this creature just lunges towards you now, continuing to just move on bestial instinct, pulling its leg with it.
I'm starting to question dwarven hunting techniques.
You've heard of dynamite fishing. Now get ready for.
What get its death ray back?
Fireball hunting.
It's what? Sorry?
Death ray.
Did you say you didn't get it back?
Did get it back. No.
It didn't.
All right.
Okay,
But the fact
it's
that
going
it's
to
called a
make-
death ray.
It's
Yeah,
going to
I'm
make
thinking of one of those.
a tail attack against you. That is going to be a 15.
Nuh-uh.
No. Nice. So as the tail comes up, you go, "Huh," you duck, and it goes whoosh over the top of your head. And that will end its turn, which brings us to Tilly.
It's me. I'm going to run like the 10 foot required to do a proper long jump.
Yep.
Jump 10 foot across that water because I don't want to be in the water. And then I'm going to throw this fancy new dagger at the thing.
Okay, go for it. You do get sneak attack.
That's 26. I feel like that one probably hits.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a total of 6, 8, 5. So it's 13 piercing damage. Magic.
13 piercing. Yes, it is magic now. All right. And just a reminder to the new people in this game, remember that in my games, a weapon only counts as magic if it has a plus bonus in my games.
And is this foliage in front of me enough to hide in?
For you, because you're a tiny little halfling, of course.
Yes, and then I would also like to take my cunning action to hide.
All right, you make that. And as you make that, Tristan, it's your go.
Yeah, I'd like to just move back up to here and then again attempt to blind it.
Okay.
So again, a con save against the 15.
Yep. 15.
Balls.
Well, really high con, unfortunately.
Yeah, I assumed it would, but yeah.
Yeah, it's got way higher con than even I thought it would for such a low-level monster. It's a +5.
And you've only just been beating the thing as well. He's able to really barely move.
Rolling bad. Bonus action?
Yeah. Can't think what else I can do in a bonus action.
Inspire. That's about it, really.
Yeah. In that case, I will inspire Tilly. Because
Okay.
you seem to be,
Thanks, Dad.
yeah, in a worse predicament than most, so you're getting the inspiration. Just like, you got this! Stick it with the teleport dagger!
I'm not trying to hide.
Tilly, you look over and you just, as Tristan says this, hiding, and you just go, and the dagger goes.
Somehow conveniently, perfectly timed.
This is all happening in a fairly short space of time.
Yeah.
Gunnhild. Now you go.
Okay, I'm going to skirt around the side of that thing.
Well, since you started your turn within 10 feet of the creature, you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, thanks. I hate it. Oh, con's great. Oh, Jesus, dice. That's a 20, not natural.
Yeah, you're fine. You're immune to its horrendous stench.
I've
For
smelled
now.
worse. And I look at Ronan.
Ronan.
I would like to try to put my sword in its neck.
Okay, you can try that.
17.
That will hit, but you will not neck strike it.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, then it's 2d6. 9 plus 5, 14, and then plus 2 for raging, 16.
16 points of damage.
And it is a +1 silvered sword in case that makes any difference.
Not this time.
Oh. Worth a shot?
Yeah. Alright. And so, as you bring your blade down, you go for the neck, but this creature's long neck twists to the side at the last moment, and you catch the burnt flank, and it cuts deep, and the skin doesn't exactly, you don't exactly cut it, but more break it. And as it shatters like a crisp packet, just as you dig in, the thick red blood just comes out almost boiling in temperature, just of the sheer heat that's just been enacted on the side of this creature. And that will end your go. Namari, it's your go.
I'm going to Eldritch Blast again. Can I try and aim for the eyes?
You can
No.
try, it makes it harder to hit though.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay.
That is, 25.
Okay, that does hit, and you do strike its eyes.
Ooh. Again, 7.
7? Alright, so as your Eldritch Blast careens towards this creature, you aim true. As it hits the eye, you hear that horrible squelching sound as it just pops the eye. And as the one eye blasts out, you see the smoking ruin of one side of the part of this creature's skull is just destroyed by your blast, and as it snarls out in pain, the other eye darts around horribly, trying to find the source of what just tore part of its existence out.
I think it's angry.
And that will bring it to your turn, Tristan. Ronan, sorry.
I want to Hunter's Mark it.
Yep.
And then I want to hit it with an arrow.
Go for it.
Oh, that's low. Shit. What's my attack modifier? Plus 14.
14.
Yep, 14.
That will miss.
Yep, that's...
So as the arrow just careens past the creature, that will end your go. It begins its go. And it does get its death ray back. And it's going to look at you, Namari. Make a Constitution saving throw.
You want to pass this?
I figured I do want to pass this. I will not pass this because I rolled a 4, so that's a 7.
No, you do not pass. Just get my d8s out.
Does the armor count for that?
Yeah. It's not that, it's just any damage is the armor, I guess. So, I need more d8s apparently. Okay, so that's 10. So that's 20. What's your HP?
37 at the moment with the armor.
Okay, so you take 30 points of necrotic damage.
I would be so dead without the armor.
As this, you see that from the one remaining eye, the air just coalesces into this blackness, and you just feel horrible. You feel on death's door. You're just like, as the armor shatters around you, you're just struggling to keep breath. You don't feel any pain. It's just as if you've just lost your part of your life. It's just gone. And then it's also going to tail swipe at you, Gunnhild.
Only mostly did.
That is a 15 plus. That's a 22.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Right.
Come on then.
Come on then. I'd like you to make a Constitution saving throw while I'm doing damage.
10.
10. Okay, so that is. So you take 20 points of damage, half to 10,
Yeah.
and you are stunned for a round.
Fuck.
Oh, shit.
As this great mace-like club of a tail cracks into the side of your skull, and your just ears ringing. You're like, oh. That will end its go. Oh, good, dearly.
I was considering like not jumping on this thing, what with all the explosions and the stink and the like bits of it being blown off. But I gotta help Gun now. So I'm gonna throw that dagger at it again. So I'm gonna use one of my fancy superiority dice I have now and make it a tripping attack.
Okay.
So that is a 16 to hit.
That just hits.
Very nice. I guess I have the superiority dice to damage. Wow, I rolled pretty bad for damage. So. That is 15 damage. Oh no, I didn't. 15 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I need to make a strength saving throw. Which it will
Alright.
probably pass, but
Probably.
worth a shot.
That's a 20.
Yeah, it passes it. Funny that.
Yeah, oh well. So the dagger slices into this creature's tendon in one of its legs, and it goes to drop for a moment, but catches itself. But it is looking horribly wounded at this point. It's missing part of its face.
Oh, really?
Part of its arm is just like burnt mess, which just carves into it because of Gunnhild. It is really not looking good. And that will bring us to Tristan.
Hang on, I still got stuff.
Oh, my apologies. My apologies.
How like this thing's in the water, right? How high does it stick up out of the water?
It's sticking up a decent height out of the water, maybe 5 or 6 feet out of the water. It's a big creature.
That's fine. I'm gonna run 10 foot and then try and jump on it.
Okay, make an athletics check.
That's gonna be a 7. You know, I'll go ahead and roll that bardic inspiration. That brings it up to a 12.
So as you run and jump, the creature suddenly shifts and you just go into the mud. And you manage to catch yourself at the last moment to actually sort of dive into it so you don't just slam face first into the mud.
That's my plan all along.
And you
So what you're saying is I'm under it now.
no, you're next to it.
Oh, okay.
You are there. Yeah, let's say that. Sure. Because it's facing Gun. Alright. Anything else?
Bonus action to dash. Disengage, actually.
Yes. Okay. Just climb back onto Shawl.
Yep.
No.
I tried.
And Yogo brings us to Tristan.
I'd like to try and dissonant whispers it. So that's
Okay.
a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Cool.
That's a 6.
Yeah, it gets 3d6 and has to, if possible, move its movement away from me,
Okay.
which
go for
would
it.
hopefully give Gun an attack of opportunity as well.
It does not, because you do not get attack of opportunity on force move.
Oh, damn it, I thought you did.
And
Never
I'm
mind.
like stunned anyway, aren't I? I can't
Yeah,
take
I was-
reactions.
That's 10 points of damage to it, psychic
Okay.
damage.
How do you want to do this?
Ooh,
Thanks.
I wasn't prepared. I am unprepared. Prepared I am not.
You're on the spot now.
Well, it's dissonant whispers, so it's not like anything that makes sense. So I feel like I just point at it and just mumble to myself, and then just look really confused when it drops to the ground.
You point at the creature calling upon the world song. You see in your vision the glitter of magic flows from you for a moment, and the creature you see its head begins wobbling side to side with its neck as if it's listening to the horrible song, and then it just stops, and you see something begin leaking quite rapidly out of its ears, and it just goes still, does not drop. But it has gone completely still.
Guys, you're welcome.
I think you broke it.
That was the plan.
Gun, at this point, your ears stop ringing, and you're like, huh, huh, huh.
What did you do to it?
What did you say to it?
Oh, I mean, yeah, you saw what it did when I said it to that thing. You don't really want me to repeat myself. So just leave it at that.
I have no idea what happened to you.
I'm totally just posturing at this point.
I think we can all tell at this point as well.
Yeah. I'm suspending my own disbelief. I'm just assuming you believe me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You're suspending the disbelief of their disbelief.
Yeah. The hat goes straight back on now.
Counterspell.
So, quick question. How big is this club on its tail?
It's about mall-sized. I don't need to look at you to know exactly the look on your face.
I would like to just, without any ceremony, very grumpily get my sword and be like, fucking I'm gonna go around and just chop that end of that tail off with my big sword.
Okay.
Would you consider the tusks to be appropriate drinking horns?
Absolutely. I would. Maybe like shots if they're small.
They're quite big.
While you're at chopping off bits, just saying you might want to keep chopping.
I don't feel like any part of this creature is like biologically safe to drink out of.
No, me neither.
I mean, you can drink its milk.
Gross.
Oh, I saw in the chat.
Yeah, me too.
Really? Don't post what the monster is in chat, guys. That's just bad. Don't do that.
No,
it
not
was
what the most said, but just the hag. Yeah.
uses of its milk.
Yeah.
That was bad enough.
Now this thing's dead, do we start seeing like the swamp get a little bit less terrible?
Not right now, no.
Bummer.
What if it had babies? What if
Tough shit.
there's more of them?
Well,
I
it
mean,
did say there was a point about nest, wasn't it?
It came out of a cave
It did.
I want to go into that cave.
and immediately just almost wrecked Tilly.
Yeah.
Although I'm on 7 HP.
Which I just want to just say here. The target dies if reduced to 0 hit points by this ray.
Dang. Yeah, if you'd rolled like a little bit higher and I hadn't taken tough last level, you could have killed me.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Amra Forgathis, same here.
So, yeah.
I hate this one.
We should check out that thing though, that cave.
I think so too.
So
I mean,
you're wanting, before you go into the cave,
Yeah.
Gun, you're wanting to chop off what from this creature?
The club tail.
Okay.
I want to pop the tusks out as well.
Okay. Nothing else from the creature?
is
Can I do any sort of like give it a once over and see if anything looks potentially useful?
Sure, make a nature check.
Nature. Probably not. 9.
9. So most of it you're like nasty, real nasty. But there is one thing that even with your lack of knowledge immediately stands out to you as being odd. You look into its eye. It's still open, looking straightforward eye. It's near completely black. But it sort of has that weird eldritch shine to it, and the more you look into it, it feels really gloomy to look into the eye of this creature. It seems even in death, the eyes of this creature still have some form of power to them.
In that case, I'd like to take the eye.
Okay, so Gun, I would like you to make a nature dexterity check,
Okay.
and same for you, Tristan.
can I guidance?
Nature dex.
Yes.
So how do I do that? Just add them both?
No, it's a nature check, but with dexterity instead of intelligence.
Right. Okay.
I guidance Tristan because the eye is something I arcane wise and like
Okay. So guidance is a D4, right?
D4.
21. I won't
Don't know
need
if I'll
that.
need it, but
Dab them all.
Okay.
23.
23. Okay,
Yeah.
so both of you working very dexterously. You really want this stuff. The tail is expertly chopped off. The horns are removed. perfectly with a satisfying as they come out. The eye is beautifully removed, retaining most of the optical nerve on it as well. And it is very big. It's like a melon in your hand. It's like an ostrich egg.
There.
It's this eyeball. It's big.
Gross.
I mean, if you want, then just pull it out of the water. I'll skin the whole fucking thing. Easy. I'll separate it up into ribs. We can have ribs.
I've got what I wanted.
Same.
I mean, you could make +1 armor of nasty from that.
Yeah,
You don't get hit because no one wants to go anywhere near you.
I'm
You
not
get the
opposed.
tusks as well.
I was going to say it's just aesthetic for running at this point.
This looks like the world's stankiest orangutan.
It's like a sloth, how they kind of turn green. Just, eventually, it'll just grow moss.
Did you get the tusks as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, the tusks are out. Yeah,
Can I
got
have
the
one?
tusks.
Yeah. Do you want me to turn it into a drinking horn for you?
Please.
Alright, when we get back to town, I've got some time. I'll make them.
Okay, so
So anyone who's hurt that needs patched up before we go in,
Please.
Good point.
Yes, me.
yeah, I'll take out my healer's kit, get some salves and bandages and stuff, and patch up 7 hit points for Namari, and 10 hit points for Gun.
Sweet.
And if he's really still badly out of sorts, I can pop 1 last heal,
Nah,
but it'll
good.
be my last spell.
I'm
I'm on
alright.
half health, but I can armor up again if necessary.
Okay.
I'm just not. I would like to go into that cave. I'm just not going first.
hey, we're
I'll
not
go
full
first.
British for a moment.
Yes. Well,
I'll go first.
After
what
you.
happens when you
After
are
you,
willing
yeah.
to sacrifice others for your own personal gain?
How very chaotic evil of you. So, who's going first into the cave?
Mate,
So, Gunnhild, are you sneaking into the cave or are you gunhilding into the cave?
I mean, Susie is like, I should sneak so I don't die, but Gun would not.
Okay. So, you march into this cave and you're immediately met by this horrendous stench. Just this awful, just horrible stench. And as you get in your dwarvish dark vision, adjusting to what you can see and hear, you can see what looks to be this matted pile of like leaves and grasses and such. And at the center of it is a very dead looking skeleton of another of these creatures.
That's kind of sad.
Big one, little one?
Big one.
Cardboard box.
Big one. The skin is like stretched close to the screw you, Jimmy. The skin is stretched close to the bone. It looks like it's been dead for a while and it absolutely stinks.
Would you hazard a guess it's been dead for about a year?
No.
Fair enough.
Right. Is there anything else in here?
Does not look like it, no.
Let's go over and like poke the skeleton a little bit.
Alright. You poke it and your finger goes through it and you're just met with this jet of even worse stench that just comes out of this cadaver. Just, and I'd like you to make a constitution saving throw.
Hey, that's 14.
Alright, as you go, it just washes over you, just immediately feel sick to your stomach, and you are poisoned for the next hour.
Nope. I'm a dwarf. I'm immune to poison.
Immune to poison. You're not poisoned for the next hour.
But I feel super nauseous though.
You feel real bad. But you're just like, oh, this is like Uncle Olaf's farts.
Yeah, they were bad.
Oh yeah. Send to death about them.
But yeah, I will march back out and be like, ain't nothing in there but a stinky old corpse.
Nice.
Oh, that
Does
makes
it-
2 of them.
Does it smell any better than this one? Because you kind of set this one on fire.
Weirdly, that smells nice. Would not recommend.
Kind of
That-
use it like kindling. It's a bit of a fickle flame. Though.
Can we not talk about like fire and
No.
the possibility of food? Cause...
Yeah.
You look real sick.
Yep. Yeah.
That bad?
Yeah.
Oh lord.
Yeah. On a day like this, we should probably be glad that we're by the coast. Some nice fresh sea air wafting through, maybe.
We're in a swamp.
No.
You're in a swamp.
Well, you never know. We're closer to the sea, you know. I mean, I'm totally oblivious because I'm prestidigitating the smell. So.
With any luck, we won't be in a swamp for very long.
I mean, this coastline is called the Shattered Coast. It's not a pleasant place.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, I think we did it.
Feels like we're done here, yeah. Unless you want to cut more pieces off of that thing.
I'm good.
I'm
Do you
fine with
think they would appreciate a trophy that's had?
Kind of proof that it's gone, maybe? I mean, we might already
it. We
have.
have the eye.
You can show it. You can take a head if you'd like. It's pretty mangled at this point, though. It's missing both of its eyes and its tusks.
I think we
Yeah.
have
It
enough
just
proof.
looks like a really old gurning man now.
I think the Provost would believe us either way.
I mean, I have its tail.
We are also very trustworthy. Most of us are very trustworthy people.
Totally.
I am.
I'm looking at
fucking saint.
no one in particular as I say that. Let them wonder.
I'm just assuming I'm one of the trustworthy.
You do have the back.
The person that can imitate and pretend to be anyone else, I'm very trustworthy.
Yes, you are. So, are you just making your way back to town straight away?
Yeah.
May as
All
well.
right. Survival check for me then, please, Ronan.
Guidance.
Well, how much is guidance? A D4?
D4, yeah.
Yeah, gonna need that. 16.
16. Okay. So, as you make your way back through the swamp, retracing your steps to a certain extent, there's a bit of where you end up going a slightly wrong direction, and that actually leads you around the area that seemed very dead before. And as you're wandering through, you can't help but notice a tree seems to have grown strangely over what you first see as rock. As you get closer to it, you see that this tree has actually grown a heavy root over an old battered chest. The metal is completely oxidized, it's gone completely green, and the wood is barely holding together at this point.
We found a collectible.
Is it does it look locked?
If it is locked, even you could open it with your strength.
Well, I'll take Snark aside. I'll attempt to open it. I'll check it for traps first, and then I'll attempt to open it.
Okay. Check for traps. Well, that's just dex for you. Oh, sorry. It's just it's investigation. My God.
Yeah, investigation. So
Sorry.
15.
Okay. Doesn't appear to be trapped. The lock on it is just a simple padlock, and it too is completely oxidized. It is completely like that rust color, because the lock is iron. The rest of the chest is sort of bronze.
I'll try and open it then.
Yeah. Doesn't even take a strength check. It's just as you go to open it, the lock just shatters. A cloud of red dust. And flipping it open, the insides of the chest are, fortunately, in one piece as a glitter of gem catches the light as the chest is opened, and within are three sort of palm-sized, heavy, squarish quartz. Estimated value, you're looking at about 150 gold.
Total or each?
Total. 50 gold each.
Ka-ching.
Okay.
And how many did you say there were?
There's three of them.
3.
Yeah, 50 gold each.
I've probably dealt in gems enough to know that value.
Mm-hmm. You've lost more bets and you've lost more drunken games to gems like that than you've. Yeah.
That took a
didn't go.
journey.
Yeah,
That's
I would know.
Keep
I would
throwing
know
more
next,
words at it and it'll win.
Yeah, that's how it works, right? Shut up.
I know next to nothing about gems, so I would look for someone who knows something about gems.
Being
and
a
then,
dwarf who knows stones.
Yes, you know how much there were.
What is a gem but a particularly fancy stone?
Being a fan of shiny things.
well, I like the woods, so I don't know about these. But they look valuable, so
Yeah,
let's grab them.
may as well. What?
Oh.
Screw waffles.
Yeah!
I'm gonna put them on my coffee.
Yeah, Mel. On coffee,
Mel.
where they belong.
Anyway, so
Flip that.
as you continue after this little engagement, you find yourself back at Halfgate pretty quickly, retracing your steps for the most part.
We get to the palisade. Tristan,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yep.
got a lot of work today.
I know. I kind of forgot because. Never mind. I was going to mention that I couldn't smell it, but then I decided not to. I was going to keep that one to myself. And yeah, I clean everyone up before we get in.
All right, so you just prestidigitate everyone up, and that takes a good half an hour. And you see on top of one of the wooden watchtowers, there's a guard there, and they're just watching this for a moment. And then a couple of minutes go by, and this guard's just like, and you wave, and they go, and just sit down, open up a lunchbox, start eating a sandwich, just like, what is going on? Very strange. As you foot by foot remove the dirt from everyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'd say that's what I'm here for, but that'd be a really sad thing to say.
That would be very sad.
Yeah.
Also kind of accurate.
Yeah, true.
Oh.
You just killed a creature by, like, threatening it. to
I
work.
whispered it to death.
Yeah.
Your mother was a hamster.
And your father smelled of elderberries. And not even good elderberries.
Anyway, the gates open and you're once again let inside the town of Halfgate.
To the provost.
Mm.
Aye.
Okay, so as you make your way there, you're not greeted by Alan. You do not see her around anywhere. But as you open the door to the provost house, you find him in the study, and he has his notebook on one side and a large scroll on the other, and he is on the page from the story you told him, Tristan, and he is writing it up in long form on this scroll, and perfect calligraphy, handwriting, beautiful swirls and curves.
I appreciate it.
And he looks up. Oh, well, that was quicker than I thought. Right. How did it go? I'm guessing well, because you're all still alive.
Yeah.
I just hold up its bit of tail and go, yeah, we got it.
Oh,
Mhm.
what on earth is that? It looks like a hammer.
Yeah, it hits like one as well.
I can imagine. You hold on to that. I'm sure it's a lovely souvenir.
I pull out the eye.
Oh, please, but that. Oh, wait,
Yep. Just...
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, reminded me of my mother's cooking.
Ooh. Sorry.
It's grim.
I hope it didn't have the same effect.
I don't know. That was 45 years ago now.
Mm.
Right. Well, I guess that you'll be going soon then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He stands up from the table and dusts himself off and walks over to you all and just goes, I cannot thank you enough. I know we're only a small town, out of the way, but these people mean a lot to me. And you've done a great deal. So, thank you very much. And he just grabs your hand, Tristan, and gives the double-handed handshake. Yes. Right. Well, maybe one day I'll read about your story in one of my journals.
You never know. You might see it in player form too.
The actors will wear eyeliner, so
You know, I haven't been to a play in years. That might be a good treat one day. For now, though, it's been lovely having you in my town, apart from the time that you almost tried to eat one of my citizens, but
well, I never live that down.
water under the bridge, you
Nope.
know? I like the blue, by the way. Suits you.
What? Oh, yeah, that. They're worried, not gonna lie.
Head eye washes out after a time. Right. Yes. Thank you very much. You can keep that dagger. Though if you're ever done with it, you could give it back. Well, it'd be nice if you're ever done. If you ever happen to stop by a stingy little town or somewhere, you know, once again, giving it back to me would be nice. But for now, it is yours.
Guilt
Well,
trip.
thank you. Not sure I'll ever run out of uses for a dagger.
Well, I did. But anyway, right. I'll bid you farewell.
I sort of bow my head.
He bows back, a hat bow.
Mhm.
He goes, sits down, back down at his desk and continues writing up.
I take the cue and leave.
Leave.
So,
Mhm.
as you leave, no doubt wanting to get some rest before you journey out,
Mm-hmm.
And a bath.
and
Mhm.
Yeah.
where are you going? There are two ways. You could head northeast, back to Dalnelm, or you could head south along the Shattered Coast towards Silgar, the port town of Silgar.
Well, I'd say onwards. No use in going back to where we came from.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Part
Why
time
not?
sounds good to me.
Yeah.
It is just a town. Okay,
Sounds good.
so you'd be carrying on, going away from the capital towards the end point of the Glint March roadway. And we will find out what happens there in the new year.
Mm.
I would like to thank everyone for joining, for watching this week. All of us will see you in the new year. The next session will be on the 8th of January, I believe. We'll let you know if that changes. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. And please make sure to follow us all. And our Twitter handles are below. Tell us if you like the stream. Follow the stream as well.
Mm-hmm.
You can, if this is the first episode you have watched, you can catch up on the rest of it on YouTube. And if you enjoy it, please do let us know. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you like that, along with any of other Susie's content, which is a little limited right now because she has one arm. But
As you were so gallantly pointing out constantly.
Constantly.
I mean, I may not have accidentally been slipping in song titles from Elbow this entire session.
God damn
Yes, you have.
I
It went
got
straight
that
over my
as
head. I have no idea what that was.
This is bullying.
Yes,
Bullying has been happening in my own channel.
I mean, I was
Picking
hoping
up
that
for months of abuse.
I was hoping that I'd see Gildebrand before I left, so I could use a Trust the Sun one, but I didn't.
You can catch us a few of us once again this Wednesday, I believe, for Bike Club, which is a Strad campaign that Susie DMs, and that will be the last roleplay content that we do until the new year, right?
Potentially there might be something else in the works, but it's not
Right.
confirmed yet.
Okay. There we go. But apart from that, once again, happy birthday, Susie.
Hey,
Happy
thank you
birthday.
guys.
Happy birthday.
Got an hour of it left. Happy holidays to everybody and a happy new year. We will see you guys next time on Kureon, an Adventurous Tale.
Bye-bye.